Welcome to the Red Faction Character Toolkit tutorial. This is a very quick and easy way to create custom characters in Red Faction. We're going to import a Red Faction character into Blender, and then we're going to replace the mesh and keep the existing animations. Open Blender, edit Preferences, find your Add-ons tab, install from disk, and then find your zip file. As of this recording, the version is 1.9.21. First step is actually extracting your Motions.vpp. All of these .rfa files, there's I think a little over 1,000 of them. Create a dedicated folder and extract all of these .rfa files into that folder. I would also do the same with your meshes, your v3c meshes. Extract all the characters from the meshes.vpp into their own folder. And the reason you want to do this is because once you install your add-on, you'll see a master animations folder. Find your RFA folder and then just click set master animation. You don't have to highlight it, you just need to be in that folder. At the bottom you'll see master folder set 1009 animations found. Perfect. And you'll even see here you have a check mark and auto load animation on v3c import. So what that allows us to do is when we click v3c here, now we are importing a character, a default mesh from Red Faction. Go to that v3c folder you saved, and I'm just going to choose the default mesh. And here we have our Red Faction character. A few things you'll notice: it already has its hitboxes, and it also imports all the props. All of that is all pre-saved and preset, so you'll never have to mess with that. You can change the visibility of it, so you can disable it if you don't want to look at it. And I'll show you why that comes in handy here. But now let's go ahead and import a mesh. I happen to have a low poly character mesh ready to go. When you click this import mesh, it's basically using the import button, but it allows you to import any type of file you have an add-on for already. Find your mesh, import it, and you're going to want to move your mesh directly over the existing Red Faction character. It doesn't have to be perfect, but close is good. So as you can see, my character is basically directly over, or basically very close over the existing mesh. We have two options to move the animation weights onto our new mesh. One is to use bind with auto weights. This is best for meshes that don't closely match the original character shape. If they were a little different, you'd use this one. But since the character is overlaid pretty well, you actually would want to use this copy weights from RF mesh. So go ahead and click this. You'll see a little notification at the bottom. But the best way to test is to actually look at your animations here. Parker run. We'll just jump into this one. And let's actually hide the existing mesh, the default mesh, and you can click the visibility here. And right away, our character looks pretty good. We can hide our props, our hitboxes. And that's just on the automated copy weights from RF. It's pretty accurate. Now, you'll see certain things that aren't, like this, right? Now, I'll show you how to clean up your model now that you have it animated. You scroll up to the top, you have a rest pose, and then we'll put your character back into the T pose. If we highlight our character and we go to weight paint, this actually shows us what bones are connected to what vertexes. So if you scroll over here to your data, it's the upside down triangle, object data properties. You can open them up here and you'll see all of the Red Faction bones as vertex groups with the proper names and everything. This is all imported from our file. Now we want to fix the belt. So we'll look around pelvis, and yeah, right there you can see it was off a little, right? So I can jump right back into an animation and actually paint this on while I'm using it. Now I'm actually gonna back up here. That's pelvis. There is also lower spine. So see that? So I'm gonna actually remove that. So black is obviously 0, the red is 100%. So you can change your strength up here, and you can play. I'll let you figure out how to weight paint. It's not that difficult, but these small changes will make a big difference in how this mesh reacts. Let's try that. Let's go back to Parker Run and look already a lot better. Yeah, the belt looks pretty good. The only real issue is the hands. He's got this like claw hand going on, but that is mainly due to how his hands were imported here. They're already like gripping a lightsaber or a gun, but if you look at our standard red faction mesh, his hands are straight out. So it is recommended that you take the time and straight out the fingers if you want that level of detail. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of how weight painting can adjust meshes on an animation. Let's test this in game. First, we need to make sure our textures are correct. We actually have a combined textures converter built into the add-on, but this is for if you import a mesh that has multiple textures and you want to combine it into a single one, you can do that here. It's a powerful little tool. It's just not optimized in the sense that if you choose a 1024 by 1024, it may not use all that space, so you may have some black space on your file, so your file size might be a little big, but it will still work just fine. One thing to note about textures is that depending on the character you chose, you may be forced to use the texture names of the default character. There's a comprehensive guide in the zip file that shows all 20 characters, and it will explain to you which ones are which. And now let's just move what we have here into Red Faction. I'm going to validate it. Okay, everything passed. I would create yet another folder for your exported characters. And if you notice, the default name is the same as the character you imported. You're going to want the character naming to be the same for everything. So we keep the name of the original mesh. Oh, look at that. It warned me, applied, unapplied rotation scales. So I moved my character into place, but I did not apply my rotations, my all transforms. To export, just highlight your character, click Export V3C. Now go ahead and get a new VPP, drag your new character file into your new VPP along with the textures. Now I'm going to save it as the new character, but also I'm putting the name of the character I'm replacing. And this will come in handy if you have multiple characters and you're trying to keep track of which ones you've already replaced. Save it in your client mods and just make sure that you have your V3C and your texture file correct. And we're going to open it up in game and test it out. Oh yeah, there we have Obi-Wan. This is a really simple way for us to get new characters into the game, and I'm really excited to see what you come up with.